If you're struggling to grow your home or small business, then this is for you. 4 top business growth tips curated from the experts in your inbox every Monday. Here's this week's newsletter. Hi there. One of the things I've always struggled with is defining my ideal customer. I would create a persona, imagine the problems they had, and develop something that I thought they would snap up, but get no response. Clearly, I needed to change. But how? The most recent thing I've introduced is this newsletter. So as an example, I've set out how I've evolved who I write it for over the past couple of years. When I started it, we were in the middle of the Hong Kong protests, but work, employment and small businesses were still much as they had been. Then came the pandemic, the Great Resignation, economic stimuli, work from home, mental health problems and more. Early in the pandemic, I created a persona and I imagined the problems they would have if they had been laid off and were starting their own business. And I wrote for them. But that didn't work. It was a limited subject which was saturated with detailed guides from business associations. It was difficult to come up with anything different and original, which made writing those early editions tough. As soon as I went beyond the basics, I found that the process and regulatory requirements varied from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. Yes, I know I should have realised that before, but I get there in the end. Again, I needed to change. Since then, I've gone through a couple of different positionings to get to where I am now. Today, I am my own target market. I discuss problems I've experienced and the solutions I found while still dealing with a constantly changing environment. I'm growing my business, not starting it. Writing for people who are also growing their business gives me a much wider field of things to cover. It's less affected by the requirements of different jurisdictions, and the problems I come up against are likely to be the same as others in this situation. Writing or talking about personal experiences can be tough. I used to avoid it because I felt vulnerable when I did so. But if you can talk about your personal experiences, good and bad, and use them to promote a product or service, you'll find and connect with your ideal customer almost effortlessly. And when you do that, everything becomes so much easier and more enjoyable. If you find it difficult to talk about your experiences, the first article I've linked to below describes a way to get to that point. It sets out 6 questions Josh Spector suggests you ask yourself about you or your business. If I had been able to answer those questions when I started out, I may have found my ideal customer and developed products that resonated with them a long time ago. So this week's links. In addition to those 6 questions, I've also covered 20 copywriting tips, 8 counterintuitive marketing tips, and 10 WordPress SEO tips. Just scroll down to get the links and enjoy. See you again next week. Click the link to the original post below. It contains the links to the articles I curated. And if you'd like to get 4 top business growth tips curated from the experts in your inbox every Monday, join us at wealthydragon.com.